All right, DeAngelo, welcome to the show. How we doing tonight?
Oh man, another day alive, another day alive. God bless y'all.
Yeah, no doubt. We are glad to have you here. And before we get into your story, being that you are a sports fan, I'm curious, who's your favorite athlete ever?
Oh, definitely Deion Sanders.
Not
Prime.
not a bad answer at all. And also, we always like to know, do you have like a favorite sports movie? Is there like a go-to sports movie you like to watch, maybe get you hyped up?
I'll definitely remember the Titans because it gets you hyped up in football, but it's like to me, it's like one of the best value sports life motives that you can just learn so much about in team and just getting along with people. So definitely remember the Titans.
So I'm glad you said something because Jim Jim likes that movie and so do we, but
Hmm.
he tends to think that some of those parts of that aren't 100% accurate.
They're not. It happened 5 years after they integrated. It's
Well, yeah, I mean, you can. I look at it like if once you dive into it, then you can break down parts, but just the general aspect of part, just getting along with people. That's what I tend to
like
focus
you
on.
said, the life lessons. Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
So you talked about getting along with people. And every guest we have on, we got to dive deep into the family and we get all the ins and outs of the getting along and then the not getting along part. We get mamas coming in and laying the smack down. We get dads just kind of turning a blind eye to the moms laying the smack down. We get it all, but man, that's where we got to start. Let's go there. Tell me where you're from.
Noonan, Georgia. It's about maybe 30, 40 minutes south of Atlanta. So small suburb of Atlanta. I love my city. I'm very close to my city and very close to my community. I go to the high school games, go to all the softball games. I'm just like I said, most people consider me a big LSU fan, but like I said, I'm much more of a community fan, and those people in my community, they know like the same way he's at the LSU games, he's at the same city. I'm the same way.
I gotcha. So in Georgia, outside of Atlanta, you're growing up, what is the family dynamics like? Are you living with mom, dad, brothers and sisters? What's the makeup
We
of the
had we
home?
had a big family growing up. And then like I said, once you go off to college, then moving to Alabama, then getting on your own. But most of my family, we stay in the same area. If not, we're maybe my dad's side is from they're from Michigan, and we still have a little bit of little parts of them up there. But for the most part, my mom's side, we're all in the same region. So like we're all like we're able to have family reunions together. When someone is having one, we might have 30 people over the house. So to me, I look at it as a blessing just to have such a close family, such close by.
Yeah, so when we talk about, family, obviously, I bet them reunions are lit, dude. I bet the food is popping. I bet it gets wild, I bet.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. My whole family will fit right into the LSU culture.
Yeah, definitely. So, outside of the extended family, let's talk inside the house, brothers and sisters. How many brothers and sisters you got?
Brothers, I have one brother, and sisters on my dad's side I have two, and on my mom's side I have two. Yeah, so four sisters in all.
Wow. So five total, four
Five
sisters in
total.
all. Man, obviously being, big into sports was that a thing in the household? Was there a lot of competition going on?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, me and my uncle, we just got finished playing golf, and he kicked my what. So whether we're playing golf or darts or cornhole or whatever, like yeah, we're definitely competitive.
Oh, Randy, he said the right words, man. He could throw
Cornhole.
them bags.
Well, you know what, man? We'll see. Tennessee plays LSU at LSU. We'll see.
Hey, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I accept the challenge.
I bet. You know what? Maybe what it is me and you got to like team up and take everybody else down.
Man, hey, beat everybody. That's what it's for.
I think
Absolutely.
I think that's the safe bet. So, obviously super competitive. It's got to be with that many brothers and sisters. What sports did you play? What sports are they playing? What's the year look like in terms of athletics in the home?
Man, everybody played everything like growing up. Like my mom, she was very athletic. She played basketball and softball. Dad, brothers, aunts, everybody played. I played baseball, track, wrestling, football, of course. That's how I actually went to Auburn. I had like a preferred walk on, but I hurt my wrist, and that kind of derailed everything. That's only where I end up. But we was pretty athletic. So Shamaya, she just fell right into it. So I feel like my sister, everything that I wanted to do in college that I didn't accomplish, she's like the spitting image of me, and we're best friends. So she was like the female version of me in college, and that's why it was just so easy to rally behind her.
So, since you brought up Shamaya, I want to talk about her a little bit. Obviously, you know, she was a star, man. She was, softball star. She could do it all, but at age 14, she was diagnosed with lupus, and
Yes, sir.
she was eventually told, that she would never be able to play softball again. What is that like for her to hear that as a kid, being told that something that you're really good at, something that you're passionate about, something that you love, like, hey, you can't do that anymore. How did that affect her? But also, how devastating was that as a brother and as a mother and as a father to hear that your child won't be able to do that?
I mean, well, it was definitely hard, but I have to credit, the many prayers and just kind of being close to God, which is everything. Our family, we always go to church together. We have Bible study together. So, just having that spiritual aspect side of things, it kind of get through because she no matter what, God still has a plan for her life. So, she just took it as a bonus. Like the more she played softball, it was just an extra bonus.
Right. So, during this time, and this is probably something that, you face head on, but this was a time where you were having your own battles because, Shema is quoted as saying, this whole experience turned her from a player to a fighter, and then you're also fighting your own personal struggles. You were in prison, like, what is it like knowing that that news is being broke to her while you're, in jail and there's not a lot that you can do or say?
I mean, it was like I said, it was definitely an eye opener, and it was that's what just made me that was my motivation. You know what I'm saying? I was already very popular, and everybody knew me, but just wanted to be there for my sister, and missing her whole high school career, and just even if it wasn't about softball, just wanted to get out and be with her because of her condition, but because it was softball, that's how I made that promise. And when I come home, it's gonna be all about you. So whether she went to LSU or JMU or Georgia State, or it could have been a D3 school, I was gonna be her biggest fan regardless. And luckily it just happened to be LSU.
So, obviously you had a stint in prison, but how long were you there? And what was the message and how was the message relayed and how was the support given, when you're in that kind of circumstance?
Um, I would get letters from my family, pictures from Shamaya, her playing softball. Of course, you can get on the phone during a certain time. So, I was always on the phone with him. So even though I wasn't there, I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was, we stayed in contact every single day. So, I can just remember getting pictures of her hitting a home run or doing this in high school. And it was just, like I said, it was just motivation to be there and to be there at those games.
And how long were you there?
If you add it up, it was almost for a total of 6 years, 5 years and 10 months. So I always just say 6 years to round it off.
So 6 years, you know, did it feel like eternity or did it go fast, or like what is the mentality when you're up against that?
It goes slow, fast, at the same. I can't even. It goes majority slow, but when you look back on it, it goes fast. I guess time is something like it's like a perception thing, but when you're in it, it definitely goes slow. But looking back on it, it's like it was like a blink of a shadow of an eye that happened.
Yeah. So DeAngelo, from
Yes,
what we've
sir.
read, you made a promise to your sister after missing. Obviously, we talked about why you missing her playing high school. That for her entire college career, you would be her number one fan. You made good on that promise. But talk to me. Not only obviously you get out, you're free, but talk to me about what that meant just to be able to be the number one fan for her and her team.
Man, like I said, it meant everything. Like I said, it wasn't even about my life anymore. Like, I always said when I come home, family is everything. And I just thank God that, he put me in a situation to make do on being there for my sister. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have been playing chess. They would have had to kick me out of the game. Thank God she wasn't playing tennis. I'd have been kicked out the games. So lucky it was softball. I could have got a little crazy.
Absolutely. We're going to get out in a minute. I feel you on that. But I've even read how you draw a passion from her battle with the autoimmune disorder. And you were quoted, it says, this is you talking. You can go to practice, but it's the things you do on your own that take you from great to elite. Dedicate time to developing yourself. I learned from her to continue the fight and trust in God. So safe to say, is she your biggest inspiration in life?
Oh man, Shamaya, she's definitely a fighter. She is my biggest motivation. Like I said, she's my best friend. And this story, this lifestyle wouldn't be possible if it was for her. You know what I'm saying? So I always give her recognition, you know what I'm saying, no matter where God takes me. Because like I said, if it wasn't for her greatness, her ability to fight, her strength, her resilience, you know what I'm saying, people wouldn't know anything about me. And like I said, I'll still be living the same lifestyle. But since her story was brought to light, it kind of sheds story on, the light that I have on the inside of me. So it's like I said, I have to always give credit to my sister.
Absolutely. So let's talk about being a softball fan, man. I mean,
Yes,
was it just automatic out the gate? Obviously you're connecting with Shamaya and what she's doing. You find that passion. You said it could have been chess or tennis or whatever. But when you're going out there, you get a little crazy softball games. I know my daughter plays competitive softball. We got our
yes, sir.
first fall tournament this weekend. So I feel you on that. Get a little wild.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
were you a huge softball fan out the gate?
Oh, definitely, man. Softball. I was like I said, the family plays softball. My mom, everybody plays softball. So it was just a thing for everybody to participate in. So yeah, it was just like church league. Like I remember a time I got kicked out of church league because I said some excess words. So that can only show you the amount of competition we love with softball.
See, we
Yeah.
got something more in common than LSU, Randy.
Yeah, I got that in common with you too. We don't have the LSU thing in common. Not a hater by any means, but
Yeah.
I definitely have been kicked out of multiple church league games. Not that it's my
Amen.
proudest moment, but it is what it is. You know what though,
It is what
DeAngelo?
it
I
is.
have yet to get kicked out of a tournament or a game as a parent though, so I'm proud of that. I've come close.
Was
I
that
can't
shade
even-
at me? Was that shade at me, Randy? Because I
Uh-oh.
have.
No. It wasn't. That actually wasn't. I forgot that you had actually. We're gonna get back in. Let's get back into Shamaya. So your sister's career had some amazing success, even going to the Women's College Softball World Series in 2017 during her sophomore year. But for you, give us some of your favorite moments or favorite games, favorite experiences that you got to share with her.
It's hard to pick out. Right off the bat, I would say definitely one of the favorite moments would have to be maybe her coming to Georgia senior year homecoming moment. It literally, I guess you could say it was just so many LSU fans, but like 75% of them were Shamaya fans, and everybody, hundreds of people like had a shirt on, and it was crazy. The first game, what was it? The first game, third inning, she had a grand slam, and it was just electrifying. It was, man, I can't. The whole building went crazy, man. So I think just that would be definitely her favorite moment. Well, one of them. The other one I would say Texas A&M. She hit a grand slam. The game was already over, But it was in that new stadium, see the Grand Slam, and that was my first time getting kicked out of the game because I started dancing all over the dugout, and it was well worth it. And the players were just like, "It's okay, we'll come back." So yeah, I can't, man. It's too
So
many to name, man.
yeah, one that kind of stood out as we're doing this research. Tell me what it was like watching her hit a home run in the Women's College Softball World Series against Oregon.
Man, I thought it was going like out the park, but that's an incredible feeling too, especially like, you know, when they bring the ball to your mom and the parents of anything. But to hit a home run in the College World Series is
That's the biggest moment, right? That's pinnacle.
that's yeah. That's every child's dream.
Absolutely, man. I can tell you the first time, you know, my daughter, she's only 13, right? So we're really, you know, now she's in 14U, moved up to, you know, she's in A, B now, kind of went from C. But the first time that she had like that big, you know, hitting the fence triple and a big spot, because, you know, hitting a triple when your team is down 12-0 or when you're up 12-0, that's not really when it is. But she had runners on second, third, down one, hits the triple, you know, she had the go ahead run. I remember being like, I think I was like, it was hot, so I had like some perspiration in my eyes. But those kind of moments, I can only imagine the bigger it gets. As now she's in 8th grade, going into high school. But to see your sister be able to do it on the biggest stage, and you talked about the Grand Slams, I can only imagine, and I hope that I get to share that, you know, with my daughter soon. And maybe if she listens to me, she will. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
But
you will be able to share it, man. Just make sure you have your tissue ready. No, I don't care what anybody say. My people have caught me crying at some games, but I didn't care. Shoot.
nah, I don't care either. My ex-wife and my wife are both looking at me like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "What? It's hot out here." But yeah. But look, you didn't just stop with LSU. You supported Team USA in 2019, traveling the country. You can also be seen on social media. You mentioned it already. You're supporting high school softball back home in Georgia. So just talk to me, not only obviously what it means to share that with Shamaya, but what softball in general just means to you. Is that family connection? You just love the game, or just all the above?
That's definitely family connection. As you can see, I said Washington, this is a softball connection because Kelly Lynch, one of the pitchers for Washington, she is from Noonan. She grew up right down the street with us. Her sister played with Shamaya. They graduated together, and she was always she would always go to Shamaya games while she was in high school and everything. So, you know, I made a promise to Kelly Tuesday. You know, when you wherever school you go to, I'm gonna go to one of your games. So, you know, I go to all LSU games, but once 1 weekend a year, I always fly to Washington to make due on my promise to Kelly. And, you know, that's just me being close to my community in the city of Noonan.
Look, man, I'm going to have to tell you this. Hopefully you're still going to all these LSU games in about like 6 years when my daughter's there. I don't know where she's going to go. Maybe it's LSU.
I'm there. Hey, even matter of fact, it can be anywhere in the SEC. I have a great connection with all the coaches and players. So that's the thing about me. Like, I love being known as an LSU fan, but anybody know me in the softball world, they know I support all the teams. Like, if you're playing LSU, we're trying to beat you. But outside of LSU, I'm a big, big, big softball fan.
You see what I'm rocking back here, man. I'm orange and white. Don't hold that against me.
No,
hey,
no.
Great softball program.
You know, guys, it's funny that he says that. DeAngelo, I've taken a lot of heat. So we do all sports. We cover all sports. And but baseball is our bread and butter. We especially you're just talking about SEC, and we're connected. And so I'll go to all these games, and if they're not playing LSU, we got in off the bench shirts in every team color with the logos and everything, and I'll wear them. And there's a lot of people that get offended by that because I'll go support our guests. But like, it's like we've had them on our show. We've gotten to know them personally, and I want to root for them. And, you know, I feel like you feel me on that because, like you said, as long as it ain't against your team, man, hey, I'm a fan.
Man, those are just closed-minded people, man. Don't pay them no attention, man. If LSU's not playing, man, you might catch me at any other SEC team other than that, man. Because you gotta understand, it's still about the relations with the fan bases. I'm not one of those LSU fans that doesn't get along with an Alabama fan. Like, if anything, when I go to Alabama, I'm easy to point it out, and those fans will easily come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a blessing to be able to get along with other fan bases. So I tell people, if you got other teams outside of LSU, man, don't let your love for LSU stop your love for something else. You're going to love a lot of things in life. That's just point blank, period.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple wives to show for it.
Hey, my man.
No, but absolutely. So, I was very familiar with you as a fan, whether I saw you on TV or I saw you in Tiger Stadium, but I had no idea the story behind you until, your social media posts. But,
Yes, sir.
when does the passion for LSU football start? Like, so you talked about going to LSU and rooting for your sister. Were you an LSU football fan at any time before, or does it all go alongside with softball?
Actually, it wasn't necessarily the LSU fan. I was an SEC fan. I always knew LSU was great. I was like, even though they weren't predominantly my team, I still had good things to say about them. I'm like I said, I'm just a football fan. I never just really had a favorite college team growing up. I was just a fan of the game. Whoever was showing out, winning that game, and like I said, I'm a big gambler, so I bet with the mind, not the heart. So who's ever winning, I'm with it.
So I got to know, man, the belt. The belt is iconic. It's epic. When does it make its first appearance? Is it softball? Is it football? When did it make its first appearance?
The purple belt, that definitely was for softball. And then, like I said, after my sister graduated, like a lot of the players, the parents of, prospective players in different sports, they was like, you got to come to a football game, you got to come to a basketball game or yada yada. And it was like, hey man, I might as well just bring the belt. And that's when it kind of just took off.
Yeah, I mean, you got the belt, you got the necklace, sometimes you got the jacket, sometimes you got the sweater vest. I mean, you got the whole wardrobe. You rocking it all. You got the eye blacks. I love it. But
I see multiple belts. Is that other people's belts in these pictures or your belt? You have multiple versions of this purple belt?
No, I mean, I do have multiple versions, but I think now you're definitely we definitely live in a world where belts are definitely the trendy thing to have. When back in the day, you only seen maybe a prospective team have a belt, maybe prospective teams maybe, but you just didn't see it. You definitely didn't see it in softball. You definitely didn't see it in softball. You definitely didn't see like just maybe the fan. You had a few fans now, you know what I'm saying? But I think, me having the belt represent for LSU, it kind of opened the door that, hey, it's cool to have a belt. And now you just see belts galore, which is, was kind of one of the things I wanted to see when having my belt. I didn't want to be the only one to have a belt. Like I love this. I want everybody in America to have a belt. If you have a softball team or if you're a fan, you should have a belt. How you going to call yourself a fan? You don't have a belt on your own team. So yeah,
man, I need a belt.
Get a belt. You got to get a belt, bro.
See that belt right there?
Hey,
I gotta bring it into the focus here. Y'all keep talking.
No, but Daniel got a belt behind him, obviously. But he's a University of Memphis fan, as you see with the flag behind you. That's what they use. That's what they use. Quindell Johnson, our one of our most recent guests, he's actually from New Orleans, Louisiana. Anyway, Daniel, I know you've seen the pic after, or the picture of after the pic with him on the belt on him. Oh, it goes so hard.
Yeah, I saw that, man. See, that's the thing. That's the trend. Like maybe you didn't see just football. Maybe Alabama. I remember Alabama having one like 5-6 years ago, the big one that the players had, but just it's belts galore. You just didn't see it back in the day, and it's a good thing to have, man.
Randy, what's that a belt of? What'd you get that for?
Champs, baby, state champs, Tennessee state champs. We coming for Louisiana next, Georgia. It don't matter. No, I'm just kidding.
So let's get into 2019, DeAneglo. We got to talk about that title run. I knew we would be good. Everybody, I think, had an idea we'd be good. But honestly, you said you're a realist. Did you ever think we were going to be possibly the greatest college football team to ever touch the field?
Actually, man, I'm gonna find you that post, and this is no lie. Like when, it was because I'm a very optimistic person, and I remember in the summertime. I was like, man, bump this, man. Like, just to make a long story short, I have a post when it was, it was like 3 weeks before the season. And I said, LSU is going to win the Natty this year. Screenshot, man. That's my most proudest moment because people can say, okay, well, you joined them, you tatted along bandwagon. I said, no. That's why I love social media because everything I have is documented. So I actually had high hopes for LSU. That's just point blank, period.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had high hopes too, but man, I just didn't. I mean, we're talking about
I didn't know we
anybody
was
who
gonna be. I look like this. I didn't know we was gonna be the greatest team ever, but I knew. I felt like we was gonna make a championship run. But just to say we was the greatest team ever, I don't think no one had that in their mind. You don't just think. You don't think about stuff like that until it happens.
No doubt. So I went to 4 games personally that year. My favorite was Florida at night in Death Valley. Absolutely electric. And all 3 of us on this podcast, we hate Florida. But for you, outside of the playoffs, just regular season, what was your favorite game that you went to?
Whew. Well, I mean,
you say Florida too. It's a good answer.
No, it's easy to say Bama. It's easy to say Bama. That's probably one of the games of the century. But I say that Ole Miss game. That was a party. It was a party in Mississippi that night. That was probably my most funnest game. Be honest with you.
So being that you mingle with the fans from different teams and everything, how do you feel about those rankings that came out as far as tailgating, and it had Ole Miss 1 and LSU 2? Do you agree with that?
Man, it's just like polls in politics. Depending on who do the poll, who you ask, this person may be first, second. So, I mean, I think LSU has a great consensus judgment that we're, no matter how you slice it and dice it, we're one of the best fan bases. So it doesn't matter what the polls say. It's what the people say.
Absolutely. So, we talk about your IG account, man. I see the photos, got Patrick Queen, Grant Delpit, all these different players that you're even taking pictures with, they holding the belt. Just how much fun is it interacting with all these guys?
Man, it's definitely fun, man. Just to be around them, to ultimately congratulate them, because me, anytime you see an athlete, no matter what sport they're playing, they work hard on their craft. And, when they're doing good, you have to congratulate them. And even if they're not doing good, you still have to congratulate them for just being in the situation that they're in, because we're not in it. And we would love to be in it, but it's really hard being an athlete, a student athlete or a professional athlete. So when you get a chance to give them their flowers, go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. So, you may not want to answer this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. I had a favorite player. My favorite player was Jamar Chase. It was coming into the season. It definitely was. Did you have anybody who was your actual favorite player? I know you love the whole team, but is there that one guy for you?
Well, like I said, it was definitely Pat Queen, man. Like I said, he was one of the players that I first interacted with on IG. And I remember after the Florida game, he had came to me and all the cameras was right there. So I was like, here go the belt. So him and I think it was Dumanville, they were just posted up right there and they were just standing with me. He had the belt. So he just kicking at me like he just knew me all my life. And from then on, we just been some of the best partners, man.
Since he's your guy, man, I got to tell you, it was one of the most heartbreaking things. It's a video, you talk about things being documented on social media. I had it deleted because my nephew put it up. On draft night, I don't know if Randy or Daniel, you remember this, but when Patrick Queen was on the board when the Saints went to pick, and by all accounts, the Saints were going to take him. And even Patrick Queen was interviewed afterward and said he thought he was going to get to play at home. And so I'm being recorded because my nephew thinks he's going to watch me run circles around the room with excitement. Mm-hmm. Instead, they don't. And then you just see me absolutely mad, throw my phone down. All this stuff. And so he records the whole thing of me getting upset and puts it on Facebook. I'm like, man, take that down. But I was, man, I thought Patrick Queen was going to be a Saint, put him on there. Oh, but he's the man. And obviously he's doing work for the Ravens, but Jamar Chase, these guys will tell you, we got an opportunity. We work with the All Sports, All Plays Network. And man, I was at the gym one day, DeAngelo, and I get a call that says, how quick can you be in front of a computer? I said, I'm 5 minutes from the house. Why? He says, hey, I got you Super Bowl media day rights because everything was over the internet. They're like, you're going to interview Joey B and Jamar Chase. I'm like, you serious? Anyway, I've never been so nervous but hey, I nailed the questions. The answers were great, but I tell you, D'Angelo, man, but as soon as they addressed me, I was like, ooh, man, I'm glad they could. One of the cool things is it's not like me and you where we could see each other. They could only hear us. And so I'm glad they couldn't see me because I'm probably sure there was sweat running down my face as I was getting ready.
I would have been the same way.
So, but it was definitely cool. So, LSU wins the national championship. You're there for it, and that's why I said just talk about the regular season. So talk about being at the national championship, everything that came with it, from not just winning it, but being a part of the whole scene.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure one day the producer ESPN gonna make a movie about that year. It was just wonderful, especially to see it from my eyes, because I just felt like, just the fan base made me feel like I was just so a part of it. Like literally, like just being in Atlanta, or whether we was in Atlanta or New Orleans, like I can't even count how many pictures that were like. I couldn't even, like, if I wanted to take a break or get on my phone, I would have to go to the bathroom. But as soon as I step out, hey, there's the super fan. Hey, there's the belt guy. So, like, man, that's why I'm forever an LSU fan. I'm forever going to rep LSU, because it's just not because of the sports. It's not about the wins and losses. It's the fan base. I'm in love with the people, the culture, just man, they just make you feel like, man, you're just part of the family, man. And that's the whole, I'm there for the experience, man. I'm there for the experience, and just to bring joy to people. I feel like that's one of my jobs, is to help bring joy to the LSU fan base, no matter what.
So you talk about the highs and the lows, and I'm glad you put it that way, because I saw you on TV week 1, man, and Florida State, the way we fell short on a block kick. That was a low, and I seen you still doing your thing with the band from Tigerland. You was having a blast, but I gotta ask you, just being a realist, how bad did it hurt? I know how bad it hurt for me. How bad it hurt losing that way?
It definitely hurt it, because, like I said, the emotions of being at the game and knowing you're gonna go to overtime. But you gotta understand, man, that's part of football. Me, I don't. Maybe because I played football, and I understand, sometimes the best team will always win, or sometimes you're gonna go through those moments. So it doesn't hurt me, but to me, I feel hurt for the players, because to me, I feel like they're trying. You know what I'm saying? And not so much of they're trying, but maybe I don't want to. I put it like this: if I ever cast the blame, it would be on the coaches. I would never blame the players. I would never blame the players, because to me, it's still all about. It's a systematic issue. Like, how can you put the players in the best situation to win? Because when the offensive coordinator is calling this play, if the defensive coordinator called the wrong play, I don't care if you got Warren Sapp on the team, Deion Sanders, if they're out of position, they're out of position. So, like I said, I feel like the players are gonna always have athletic talent to do what they do. And like I said, I love the players. They can go 0-10. I never blame the players.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so
I blame the coaches, just so we're clear.
Well, you can say, I can't say that, but
No, you can't. We won't go there.
Jim blames the referees.
Yeah.
Jim hates all referees, just so we're clear.
I hate all referees. Look, man, the Saints have been screwed over more than any team in the NFL, but we're not even going to go there.
I'm telling you, man, they got something against y'all, man. I'm good God Almighty.
So, I'm going to be in Baton Rouge Saturday for the game against Mississippi State. It's my 11th anniversary. My wife was kind enough to let us pick a football game to go.
Oh, man,
I appreciate it. You going to be there?
I sure wish I did, man. What we do? I'm doing something with the family, and then I actually have a golf tournament. So I won't be back in Baton Rouge till we play Alabama. Then I'll be back in Alabama. Then I'm going to the Florida game, and then Ole Miss. So I'm gonna have.
You're gonna miss Tennessee. How you gonna throw bags with Randy?
No. Oh, hold on. When is the Tennessee game? That's in October.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the month of September. Yeah.
Okay.
My mind is just straight on September. Then October the 1st, that's when I'll be in Gainesville, and then they start that three straight stretch of games.
I got you. So my last thing for you, and it's in regards to this Saturday's game. Will
sir.
Rogers was a guest of the show. As a matter of fact, he is second on the leaderboard for downloaded episodes. Obviously, I'm in North Mississippi. He's very popular here. But he's looked, he's a Heisman candidate. He's looked great. Help convince me, DeAneglo, that we're going to beat Mississippi State and shut Will down Saturday night.
I definitely think so, because like I said, you can look at the schematics, you can look at the X's and O's, you can look at the players, but I think we're going into a situation where Death Valley kind of prevails. It's gonna be one of them games where the fans help LSU win. It ain't got nothing to do about Mississippi State being better. It's just the environment that the fans they're gonna carry the momentum over. Even though it was Southern, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that they played sound football. The fans were behind them, and I feel like if they carry that Death Valley experience Saturday night, I mean, we're going to win. At least we'll be in the game and have situations to win the game, and then that falls back on coaching.
Well,
Back to
DeAngelo, yeah, I mean, it definitely, it's all coaching and referees. That's it.
Yeah, basically.
So, DeAngelo, before we play a game, I do have a question. So,
Yes, sir.
obviously, being a super fan, a lot of times you don't get a chance to pick who the teams play. You just got to root for them. Is there ever a place that you are going to go and you're just like, man, I really don't like those fans over there. I really don't like that team.
Nah, I can't. Honestly, there isn't, because, like I said, there's not a place in the SEC I can't go where the other team fans don't even know who I am. So it's like, being who I am, it's like I have to be cordial, and I kind of love getting along with the other fans but I mean, if now on the flip side of it, I love going to away games better because I'm very competitive when I cheer. So it's like, even though I get along with you, when LSU plays, it's like, yeah, we're still trying to get you. Yeah.
Well, none of us will ever like Florida. We're gonna be clear on that. DeAngelo, you need to join us, man. No love for Florida.
I will say, Flo, we got Florida on the revenge #1 team. I'm definitely ready to go down to Gainesville. I promise you. October the 1st is going down.
I'm the closest of us to Gainesville, and I have never been there, nor do I care to even go there at all. And there's been some super teams that have been there, and
you don't even go, wow.
No, I'm good. If I probably won't even watch it on TV unless I have a rooting interest in the away team. I just don't want to watch them play.
DeAngelo, I root for two teams:
Yes,
University
sir.
of Tennessee and
Yes,
any
sir.
fucking body that plays the Florida Gators.
I tell you what, Tennessee, even Tennessee, one of the guys, Herring, his parents are from Noonan. So like I said, I know players on Tennessee, and I when he's the number 44, he's the starting safety linebacker on Tennessee. Herring,
Yeah.
You're gonna love that guy. And as a matter of fact, his two brothers are in the pipeline to go to Tennessee. I tried to get one of them to come to LSU, but they're in the
Man,
pipeline.
don't be recruiting against us.
Oh,
man.
no,
We
don't
need
even
help.
talk about that, Randy. Y'all just came and got a 4-star out of Baton Rouge, man. Don't even talk about it.
So yeah, y'all gonna
Blame
love
it on the coaches.
No, they said DeAngelo Sanchez gives the best NIL money. That's where we going.
Yeah, I claim it. Give me about 100 years. I don't know about in this lifetime, but 100 years, yes, sir.
He said, "You come here, I might let you wear my belt."
Maybe.
I'm saying that's the best.
All right, DeAngelo, man. Let's play a game, man, before you bounce.
Yes,
You down to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's this or that. I'm gonna give you two options. All you gotta do is pick one option or the other. You just can't say both and can't say neither. You gotta be decisive and pick one. Whichever one comes to your mind first, go with it.
Gotcha.
All right. This is usually we start with little layups, little bunnies, little softball questions. And this is a softball question, but it's a rather tough question out the gate. Would you rather go see LSU football or LSU softball? You can only pick one.
LSU softball.
That's what I'm talking about.
Who has better food, Georgia or Louisiana?
Georgia.
I heard the wings in Atlanta were good.
Georgia, only because I say a variety. Only because a variety. Now, if you're looking for a specialty, Louisiana. But if you're looking for a variety, Georgia.
DeAngelo, he only brought up Wayne. I think he's talking about Magic City, baby. Them lemon peppers at Magic City. I think that's what he's talking about, man.
You're gonna need a driver when you leave there.
Would you rather attend a concert or any sporting event?
Any sporting event.
All right, so obviously a super fan. You got any sporting event that you can attend. It doesn't matter the sport, doesn't matter the level. Which one would you go to?
Oh, the Masters. That's on my number one to go list.
I keep getting denied, DeAngelo. Help me out.
I think I'm gonna get denied for the rest of my life too. But hey, if we ever get there, man, they gonna have to kick me out, because if somebody make a shot, I'm going crazy.
You ain't leaving.
If I know that if they do pick me, they only gonna pick me one time.
That's it. One time, and I'm gonna cut a fool.
I love when we get new answers, man. We got March Madness last week, and we got the Masters this week, because everybody usually says the NBA Finals or the Super Bowl, and now we got March Madness and the Masters. We got people mixing it up.
The Masters is that the pageantry of the Masters, man. You're right, man. That's a great answer.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Would you rather be able to see in the future or go back and change the past?
I'd rather see into the future.
Okay. Why? Nothing that you would want to change in the past. You just want to see what's going on, or
because I mean, to me, it's all a circle. Whether it's a fast future, what's happening gonna happen. So if I got a chance to see into the future, maybe I got a chance to correct some things. But if I got a chance to go into the past, it's like a domino effect. I might have affected things on my end, but how is it gonna affect other people?
Oh, that's deep, Dave. Ain't nobody ever brought up the domino effect.
Very, very true. I like that. Would you rather be a hero or a villain?
Definitely a hero.
Who's your favorite hero?
Superman. He represents hope for all the people.
Man, that's some good answers, man.
The right answer was Batman, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Well, you need a Robin. I never had a Robin in life, so dang, I don't know. Hey, yeah.
Would you? This is the last question now, and this is the deep one. You've given some deep answers, so I have a feeling like you got this one. Would you rather have massive, like monumental success, but it happened on accident, or would you rather have modest success, just a little bit, but it's very intentional and it happens on purpose?
I mean, definitely the latter, because that's when you can feel, rewarded for your labor. Because, I always, my uncle always told me, if you get something fast, you might lose it fast. You get fast money, you might spend fast money. But that slow, hard earned, methodical, you're going to think about what you do with that, because it took you long to get it. So it's going to take you long to spend it. That's just my analogy on things.
Randy, let's see if he still says it with your rephrasing of the question.
So I don't know. You kind of already hit on it. So I thought the same as you, right? I'm like, I'm going to earn mine. Give me mine. But then a guy put it to me like this. He said, all right, if I was to give you $100 million or tell you that you could earn $20 million, which one would you take?
Earn 20 million, because if you give me, because the way this my mind automatic thing, if you give me some way down the line, what you got over me, what you hold, let me work for what I want.
Okay, facts, and I respect that. The problem is I said the same thing. I was like, of course I want to earn mine. He said, well, now I got 80 more million fucking dollars than you, and you broke. I'm like, oh shit.
Damn. Well, I see. Well, if there's no strings attached, then
no strings attached.
No strings attached. Shoot, man,
$100 million to get you to the Masters, DeAngelo.
We buying the Masters, DeAngelo.
They will not deny you.
I'm competing in the Masters.
I love it, DeAngelo, man. Before you leave, anything you want to plug or promote?
No, man, just like I said, just basically LSU, man. I appreciate y'all guys' time, man, and what y'all do, man. Nothing but blessings to y'all family, man. Go Tigers, go SEC, go Tennessee, go whoever you cheer for. Memphis Tigers, go all your teams.
See, that's why we love you. That's why we're glad that we got you on the show finally. But if y'all want to hear more, see more, know what DeAngelo's up to, all you got to do, go on over to Instagram. Y'all all got it. We know it. Look up Mr. Beat Everybody 23 at Mr. Beat Everybody 23. Check him out. Got the belts, got the players, got the swag. He's got it all. Videos, not just with LSU, but I see Oklahoma State fans on there, Arizona fans, Arizona softball players, you name it. You got it all, man. DeAngelo, we appreciate you coming on, man. If there's anything we can do for you along the way, please reach out to us.
Hey, man. Hey, forever blessed, man. God bless y'all, man. Can't wait to talk to y'all again soon, man.
Absolutely. That's DeAneglo Sanchez, everybody. If you like DeAngelo's story, or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please like and share the podcast on Facebook, retweet us on Twitter, listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. As always, comments, ratings, feedback, all of it's welcome. And we're going to see everybody next week. We got episode 14 coming at you. We're going to talk Major League Baseball with New York Met Paul Gervais. This has been the In Off the Bench podcast. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We out.